Live playoff drafting is what we're doing tonight. Of course, I'll answer super chats. I'll answer phone lines regards to your Week 18 debacle. Your boy Smitty is going to continue to say, because I'm looking out for you. This is for your own good. I'm going to continue to rant and talk about how bad of an idea it is to play Week 18 so that you remember to have the conversation with your league to go to vote and not play this garbage Week 18. But I'm here for you. I did a whole show on Week 18 at the 8 p.m. Time frame. And now we're here to talk about the playoffs. And right on screen, we have the likelihood of all this stuff going down. Again, keep in mind the Buffalo Bills, let me move all this to the side, resting their players. The Rams resting their players. The Eagles resting their players. The Chiefs resting their players in Week 18. On this side of the fence, we've got the Commanders, the Steelers, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Miami Dolphins, the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Atlanta Falcons, the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, the Denver Broncos, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Chargers all battling for something. Some cases, a playoff spot. In other cases, something else. And right in front of your face, look at all this. Eagles, 100% likely to make the playoffs. 100% win their division. No shot at the other things that will make the Super Bowl, of course. Rams, 100% make the playoffs. 100% win the division. Lions, 100% make the playoffs. 64% chance win the division. They're going to battle. They're going to war. They're going to war. Earn a bye week. They're going to war. Minnesota Vikings, 100% making the playoffs, 36% chance to win the division, going to war. Green Bay Packers, 100% to make the playoffs, playing their guys. Washington Commanders, 100%. This is what we're going to look at while we're drafting. Okay, this will help us. I believe this is from NFL.com, and it will help us make our decisions, because in this fantasy football NFL playoff draft that we're doing right here, a bunch of them, you must pick wild card teams as well. You must have a team that can make it through wild card weekend in order to advance. So let's say you pick all Kansas City Chiefs players and you got nothing else. You're not going to make it to the next round, even though you have the best team in the Super Bowl, if you think they're going to go, et cetera, et cetera. Let's get into it. The Fantasy Football Show Graveyard Edition, After Hours, After Dark Edition, Live Draft, Playoff Draft Edition, whatever you want edition begins right now. File on in. Do it live.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
All right, here we are. And let me just pin real quickly this link in the live chat. If you would like to draft with us, you're going to want to hit this link right here. This link I'm going to pin in the live chat right now. The link is in the description. Code Smitty also gets it done. What's it do? Underdog, 50% match on your first deposit, all the way up to $1,000, and must be 18 plus, 21 plus in MAAZ, 19 plus in AL and New England. Read all this down at the bottom. Of course, concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. AZ 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text next step to 53342. You see the rest on the screen there. All right, let's jump into a draft, shall we? Let's jump right into a draft. Where do we go? The link that I put in the live chat, let me put it there one more time. The link is in the description of the video. Code Smitty gets it done on Underdog as well. You're going to go down to the draft tab. You're going to make sure home tab is selected at the top left. You're going to swipe over like no tomorrow until you get over to the swipe, pivot. And then when you get over to, good Lord, how many contests are there? My finger's getting tired. Swipe all the way down to the Mitten 2. It's called the Mitten, Mitten Doch. Okay, Mitten 2, $5 entry. Click on it, but don't click the green button yet. As you can see, first place gets $50,000. Second place gets $25K. Third gets $15,000. Fourth gets $12.5K. Fifth gets $10,000, $9,000, etc., etc., etc. Hit the green button now. Don't worry if you don't get in. Don't fret. Don't get all upset at me. We will do yet another one after this. And let's pull up this draft on screen here and share my screen so that you can see this glorious, glorious draft that's about to partake under pick 6. Why do they continue to give me number 6 overall? Every draft I do, I'm 5 or 6. Every single time. Who do I think will make the playoffs? We'll go over that once we have, or who do I think wins the Super Bowl is what you said. I'm sorry, Ryan. I don't know how I read that wrong. Who do I think wins the Super Bowl? Let's take that as it comes. Right now, KC, but let's wait for the bracket to finalize before we start locking in stuff like that. Draft begins in 22 seconds. If you missed out on getting into this Mitten draft, a Mitten is basically the NFL playoffs fantasy, right? And you have to win. You have to advance in wild card weekend, meaning you can't just rely on all Kansas City Chief players. You can't rely on the conference, number 1 seed to get you anywhere, because once you get through the wild card weekend, then you're good. But you got to win wild card weekend too. Josh Allen, there you go. Do it live. Could Josh Allen carry his team the entire way? Is Lamar a great pick? Because then Lamar you have every single week. Is your team the Minnesota Vikings or the Detroit Lions? Maybe you want one of those bad boys to be your wild card dark horse. You know what I'm saying? All right. Jahmyr Gibbs doing it live. Doing it live. Lamar TM42 is up next. Saquon, Derrick Henry, Jalen Hurts, Amon-Ra. I can't say I'm disliking what I'm seeing on the board right now. I don't know that I care about having the 6th pick right now. I get back-to-back bad boys. Derrick Henry, nice selection. Nice selection. Okay, so at this point I got Mahomes on the AFC side, so I'm going to go Mahomes as my QB. I think it's really important and vital. I got to draft another quarterback, though, later. That's fine. I'm going to go Saquon on the other side of the fence. I like this. This is a good duo to have from the jump. Let's go to board view. Patrick Mahomes to me. Saquon to me. Not so much complaining about the 6th pick anymore, are you, Smitty? Not when I get something like that. The first time we did this last week, it was a garbage availability of player for me. All right, Goff and Henry. As you can see, a lot of people are trying to match up that Super Bowl, matchup, which is smart. That's how you kind of try and weave your strategy into it, But there is something to, you got to advance, you know what I mean? Part of me wants to draft the best wild card, the best wild card team I can sometimes without factoring in too much, just making sure I have 3 or 4 guys that I believe will be there at the end of the day. And other times I try and get way too into it, and I feel like I've got a lot of guys on one team, and I feel like they're all going to face each other in the Super Bowl, or if they could, I'd be in the mix, but it doesn't feel as high firepower, type of thing. So you kind of have to have a happy medium, I think, of it. You can't just plan I want nothing but the players that I think will face each other in the Super Bowl, but those might not be the players that win you and advance you to get to the final round. It's got to be a happy medium. Goff is him, Aaron. I don't know if I'd say that. I like Goff, but I don't know if he's him. Oh, this is nice right here. This is nice. I'm going to go Kelsey and Xavier Worthy. That's pretty good. So I got Mahomes, I got Kelsey, I got Worthy. I got 3 guys. If the Eagles make the Super Bowl. Okay, but I got to be careful because I got to advance through Wild Card Weekend, right? Right? Kelsey, Worthy, and Mahomes do not help me. You know what I mean? Like, you have the best team, but you got to get to the next round. Goff does have moments, but yes, Aaron, I don't think he's him. I think he can play like him sometimes, but we're tossing he is him around a little too much if Goff is quality. And as I'm not saying Goff's bad, but if Goff qualifies as he is him, we are tossing around he is him a little too early and a little too often and a little too frequently, my boy Aaron. Goff. I like Goff, but he's not him. He's not him. JD5 is him. JD5 is him. You know why? He went to him at the U. All right. I still really like the way my team is set up, and I'm not too worried about Wild Card Weekend. To be honest, like I mean, right now I'm not worried. Like I mean, I don't feel like I ruined this team. I think I got a lot of Wild Card Weekend opportunity here, so I still feel good. Okay, I'm still tempted to hammer home some of these. Okay, I want to go Pacheco very badly here because then it just completes my, my Super Bowl look. But the bottom line is, again, I got to be very careful. I'm gonna go Evans and I'm gonna go Bucky, and get me some wild card action. I feel like I have to, and that's a really good play there, I think. So I got Barkley. I got Barkley and Bucky is my 2 QBs. Mike Evans, Worthy, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. You didn't miss the draft, Wild Bill. We're still doing more. Okay. Here's the old bracket from last year. Sometimes it's fun to look at it. And, you got these seeds that are, it's tough. This is last year. You look at this last year and you say to yourself, man, like Detroit hung in there for so long. You never know. Like, can Minnesota do what Detroit did last year? Will Detroit do what they did last year, but then close it out? All right, I'm up in. I'm sorry, I'm doing a horrible job of moving this along. Does anybody have a team that's as good as mine? Josh Allen in the 1 spot. JJ, Aaron Jones, Addison. It's a good team, but I don't know if that team's winning at all. But again, these tournaments are kind of tough because you got to make it, to the next round. Gibbs, Cook, J-Mo, Puka, Kyron, Terry. Definitely a team that's advancing, but when they get, what happens if they get to the Super Bowl? And Lamar, Amon-Ra. So this is a Ravens Detroit battle, and this makes sense. This team has some. You got Lamar. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's set up well. But again, are you focusing too much? It's really tough. Like me, Mahomes, Saquon, Travis Kelce, Worthy. I definitely have the best later team. If KC makes it to the Super Bowl, no one is going to compete with that. But can I get there? Am I screwing myself out of being able to get there? We'll find out on the clock. Pacheco's still there. I don't know that I can pass on this, guys. I'm going to go Pacheco. I'm just looking downstream a little bit, and there's still some opportunity to get some wild card play. But that said, I don't want to screw up this quarterback situation. I'm going to go Sammy Boy. So I've got my Super Bowl running back, Isaiah Pacheco. I've got my Super Bowl wide receivers in Kelsey and Worthy. I've got my Super Bowl quarterback. I've got my Super Bowl running back in Saquon Barkley, if I assume that's the way that's going to play out. I got my wild card Mike Evans. I got my wild card Bucky Irving. I got my wild card quarterback Sam Darnold. I've got two draft slots left. I feel like I'm playing this pretty good. It's a good squad. Let's look at it this way. A little bit more attractive of a angle. Mahomes, Darnold, Saquon, Bucky, Pacheco, Kelsey, Worthy, Mike Evans. Feeling pretty good, fellas. Feeling pretty good. How many people we got in the room right here? I know I went a little late. People really kind of like scatter when the fantasy football week 17 playoffs end, and then they come back. But they come back and definitely start draft prepping. But it's wild how many people just they need like a day, they need like a week. It's always the week after it ends. It gets a little chilly in here, and then it starts going up. But I'm going to start doing a lot more uploads, and I'll still do the 8 p.m. show, no doubt about it, but I'm going to start doing a lot of uploads and provide that content for you guys in premiere form. Okay, on the clock here. It got thin. I think I timed out. Cortland. And then, man, I kind of want to go. I got Bucky. Kind of want to go. I want to go Jamar Chase so bad, but it's just like. This is why it got really thin. It got really thin. Damn it. I'm good, bro. Appreciate you. So that Sutton pick is gonna get interesting. I like what I got here. Likely was also queued, and I timed out on that, but should have went George Pickens. I don't know if I trust George, but that would have been a nice pick. Damn it. Likely. Shouldn't even queued Likely. I like him a lot, though. I do think he's capable of having one of those weird games for sure. Like, I had him in my queue for a reason, but I should have queued him. I should have queued Pickens ahead of him because I timed out on those last two. But I still think this team is really solid. So I got a 444, which is the second highest. No, it's third highest projection. Squad looks fire. Mahomes. Let me click on it. Mahomes, Darnold. I got Saquon, Bucky, Pacheco. I've got Travis Kelce, Worthy, Mike Evans, Sutton, and Likely. So I got the 2 wide receivers and 1 flex and Likely. And I do think Likely could have one of those days. Really, I do. I like him a lot. I probably would have went Pickens. All right, let's jump into one more. So just how do you do it? Link is pinned in the live chat. Link is also right here. Again, link is also in the description of the video if you're watching a replay. Code Smitty also gets it done. And we're going to go ahead and you're going to have to scroll through the cards to like, I don't know, it's like card 12 or something. It's Mitten 2. The Mitten 2. Do it live. Smash the Mitten 2. Do it live. Hit the green button. Go. $5 entry. $50K to first place. I mean, really, it's fantastic. It's so fun to play these. All right, let's go back over to the board. I'm drafting from the 4 spot. Surprise, surprise, I'm not 1 or 2 though. I've got paint dye all over my hands and arms. So if you're wondering why I've got all this weird, the fingers got paint in them. I think I got paint. You probably can't see some of it, but I've got a brick house and I'm painting. Well, I'm really tinting, dyeing every single brick individually with a small paintbrush, and you paint on the tint, the dye. It's basically a dye. It's called brick tinting, and you can brick tint your house and make it look absolutely like brand new. Like the bricks look brand new. And so I've been out there. It's such a fun project. But I'm if anybody's got an old brick house, then and you don't want to paint it like white or gray or whatever, people that just paint the brick and paint the mortar and everything, you just tint it. You dye each brick individually because the bricks absorb. It's not like if you paint a coat of paint on the bricks, the paint will chip off. You can never fully get it off. Let's go. We'll go Gibbs. So you can never, the coat falls off, but if you dye each brick, the brick absorbs the paint and the color of the brick is permanent. The paint and the dye becomes part of the brick. And so it looks badass. I'll show you guys a photo. And I'll be putting this on my vlog on YouTube. I've got a YouTube vlog. But this is what it looks like. So you can see at the top part and the part below the window on the right, that's the old brick. It's faded. It's got like, calcium stains. It's really white. And then you can see the dyeing on the corner. Okay. So I'm on the clock. I've got Gibbs. Damn it. I don't... I can't go Saquon. Kind of in the jam here. I'm going to go Saquon. This is one of those ones where you draft, and at the end of the day, you kind of feel like, okay, this is not the way I want it to go, but like, at least I know I'm advancing, Maybe I get really lucky with my Super Bowl team. We'll have to see. Smitty's literally a Masonite now. Yes, I am. But yeah, the lime washing is pretty cool too. But this is really, look, this is even better photo. Look at that. So that wall is complete. That's completely done on that corner of the house. And then you can see on the edges, like where I haven't done that side yet, but you can see how, you know, that the brick that's on the corners is used for both, you know, because obviously it's a real brick. You paint the entire part of the brick the same color, so it looks so awesome on the corners. But yeah, it's gonna take some time to paint every single brick by hand. It's pretty fun. It's a damn fun project, and I like stuff like that. So I got I'm just explaining why I've got dye all over my body. Okay, Gibbs, Saquon. I'm going to go JMO here. So I've got JMO and I've got Gibbs. I'm probably counting on Barkley helping me advance, I suppose, but I'm hoping and pulling for a Detroit Lion appearance in the Super Bowl. Brick by brick, baby. Brick by brick. Traded this before CMC came back. CMC, Demont, Kelsey, and Mason for MHJ, Kyler, Breece Hall. Tough to break that down on the fly, bro. That's kind of a lot. But at the end of the day, if that's a dynasty, maybe that wasn't. I don't know. Okay. On the clock here in a second. I got to try and get some more Super Bowl pieces. So let's go with Travis. I think he steps up. I love Worthy, but I think I'm going to go Kelsey here. So I'm going to go KC Detroit. That's what I'm banking on here. So I've got Gibbs, and I got JMO, and I've got Kelsey. So I got 3 Super Bowl plays if that dynamic works out, and then I've got Barkley to help get me there just to make sure I smash through. It's kind of a cool strategy to do. Like, I don't think a lot of people have the balls, even though this one I wasn't trying to do it, but I have drafted like this before. A lot of people would just force no Barkley there. They'd be like, I can't have these two guys that are in the same, you know, side of the fence, and all of a sudden, you know, I can't. I can, I will, and I did. Now we're kind of pot committed to KC. I think I'll go Hollywood here. I think he kind of has like a really nice playoff. Mahomes loves him. Mahomes absolutely loves him. Monty goes to Spinosaurus. Are my Cardinals going to move Kyler? I hope, bro. Rana says JSN or HN this week. Oh, God. It's close. JSN safer, HN's higher risk, higher reward. To be frank, bro. Okay, problem is, like, I don't know. What do I do here? I'm going to get screwed out of a QB, obviously. Let's go Sam Darnold. I wonder if anybody's ever won one of these without a quarterback in the championship game, though. I mean, that's where you kind of get screwed. Let's see. Thoughts on Monty, Goddard, and Eckler in the Mitten? They're not Eckler. I'm not going to be drafting Eckler. Monty, I like him. You know, he's coming back from injury, but I think he could do well. Puka, I don't sit Puka. However you say your name is. No, you don't sit Puka. If he's playing. But you know Puka and the Rams aren't playing this week. You know that, right? Okay, here we go. Kareem Hunt. What do I do here? Yeah, Puka, never ever. I got to go another quarterback here. Never ever bring up Puka in a play. I like JSN a lot, but they're not in the same ballpark. As far as in these drafts, what do you mean? These are playoff drafts. Okay. Your boy is almost on the clock. Nico's a tough call. Yeah, these are playoff drafts. So you don't want to be drafting players that aren't in the playoffs in these drafts. As far as, Nico Collins, he's a damn good pick. Part of me is like, maybe I should have taken Nico with my last pick, but I want to have a quarterback survive as long as humanly possible. Like my team is not built to have Vikings or Washington Commanders in the Super Bowl necessarily. But the weird combo could happen where Darnold or Jaden Daniels make the Super Bowl and then my KC players pull their weight on the other side. You know what I mean? So it's kind of what I'm banking on. So I'm going to say, give me DeAndre Hopkins here. This way, just so you guys see what I'm working with here. I'm hoping that some surprise happens. The Commanders or the Vikings make it all the way to the Super Bowl. If that happens, then my Gibbs and Barkley are wiped out, but at least they help me get to where I need to get. Same thing with JMO. And then I'm relying upon DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, and Travis Kelce to go along for the ride. You know what I mean? And go with one of my quarterbacks. Kind of the only hope. You got to do something drastic when you're doing something like this, and you get screwed out of a quarterback. So it's pretty good approach if you ask me. Aaron, you should have taken Lamar. Yeah, Lamar's a great pick. Who are you? What team is yours? Let's go through what you did. I don't know where. Aaron, what team are you? I'll tell you where you might have went wrong. It's only $5, so if you drafted not knowing exactly how to do it, you're okay. This team right here, I could sure use a running back that may be... P. Ryan. Detroit. I guess I could go... I guess I'll go Brian. I guess I go Brian Robinson Jr. because if the Washington Commanders make it to the Super Bowl and I got JD5 in there, then, Zay over JJ in this format, I mean, it depends on if you think the Vikings will go to the Super Bowl or something, or if you just think JJ's going to, even if he doesn't go to the Super Bowl, but he wins a game or two, and then you're all of a sudden you got like you advance because of him, and Flowers barely does anything throughout the entirety of the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, you just got to decide. If you got Lamar, Zafe probably is better. But there's no for sure anything like most people would say, Smitty, you can't win, but they aren't factoring in the creative angle that I'm taking. That I am thinking that Gibbs, Barkley, those guys help me advance, and one of them goes to the Super Bowl. But then if it doesn't work, then all I got to do is have one of the Vikings or Commanders go to the Super Bowl, and then I've got, if the Chiefs go, I've got three. I've got enough pieces, And I could even take P. Ryan here. Not that he's a great play, but HN. I'll probably just go P. Ryan and get that potential Chief player, What if one of the RBs gets hurt? What if he catches a 60-yard touchdown bomb? You never know. So the squad is not my favorite, but it's kind of unique. I don't mind having a couple unique teams like this. It feels pretty cool. Feels pretty cool to have like all three: Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Kelsey, Gibbs, Barkley. I mean, you're rarely gonna have that. Okay, let's do one more at least. Then we might open up some phone lines as well. 521. Oh, look at the projection for my team. Again, that's projected scores, right? So doesn't mean it's projecting me to advance round one. But look at the 521. That's the highest score I've gotten for this squad. It's crazy. All right, get out. Okay, for those that want to partake in this final draft, we may do one more, but I think this is, or may do another one after this, but I think this could be the last one. Underdog Fantasy, promo code Smitty. Underdog will match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000, but the minimum's only $10. If you do $10, they'll give you $5. You do 100, they'll give you 50. So hit the link that's now being dropped in the live chat. Boom. It's also pinned in the live chat. It's also the description of the video. And Smitty, code Smitty on Underdog when it asks you how did you find out about us? That gets it done as well. Now pull up how do you get in? You click the draft tab at the bottom. You make sure the home tab at the top is selected. Okay. Lobby, and then home, and then draft. So there's 3 tabs. You could do lobby or active. You want to make sure lobby at the top is selected. The second one menu, you want home, and then you want draft. And then you're going to scroll all the way over. It's like 15 cards. Just swipe all the way over to the Mitten number 2. Mitten, doch. Okay, and Aaron, for anybody that's drafting here, you want to make sure you're drafting teams that are in the playoffs. I got this up here to help you. These are all the teams that are in the playoffs. Falcons, 15% chance. Bucks, 85% chance. Commanders, 100%. Green Bay, 100%. Vikings, 100%. Detroit, 100%. LA, 100%. Eagles, 100%. KC, 100%. Buffalo, 100%. Houston's in already. Baltimore's obviously in. Steelers are in. Chargers are in. And then Denver 63, Miami 26, and the Bengals 11%. Okay. Here we go. Mitten 2. What is it? 50K? 40K? 50K to first place. Click the green button now. It's $5 an entry. All right. Michael says your Vikings, you have no QB. Michael, it's one draft. It's one draft, and it's a unique strategy that could work. You got to do a bunch of these, Michael. I don't know if you've ever done these before, but you do tend to want to do multiple different variants of everything, Michael. You know, I know you think you got a crystal ball, my boy, but you don't. All right, 1.4. Let's see what we can do. Uh, 49er Media says, Smitty, I wanted to let you know I graduated a few weeks back. Congratulations. What are you going to do for work now, Media? What's going to be your big boy job? I'm curious. I can't believe you graduated already. I feel like you just started. Time has flown by, bro. Let's go Patty here. Usually in these drafts, I always grab a quarterback in the first round, but when it doesn't go well, you go in another direction. Applied for grad school, nice. That's good if you can do that. I assume the parents are gonna foot the bill as you await all of that. Delaying the growing up is fantastic if you can do that, bro. I went to grad school late and had to pay for it. So Media, milk it if you can. All right, we're almost up. I got my homie. I definitely like the way this is looking right now. Let's see what Spinosaurus does. He timed out on Barkley. I guess I'm going to go... JJ. I would have probably liked to have had Barkley, but I think Spinosaurus timed out. Nice work, Spinosaurus. It's like you're playing blackjack and you hit on a hand you shouldn't be hitting on, and you screwed up the whole flow. That's right, JJ's got my back. He's gonna say, Smitty, hold my beer. I'm taking the Vikes all the way, baby. Vikings can do it. I mean, they especially the NFC. It's not that. The NFC's not that crazy. Like, the Eagles getting knocked out early, not impossible. Green Bay falling short, very, very strong possibility that all gets flipped upside down. Let's go Mahomes and Kelsey. Let's go JJ. Yeah, Call Saul will be doing some hires tomorrow night. Jesse with the $10 holler. You get a Marshot.
To Mars!
My boy, coming in strong. Smitty won my money league, paid for my mom's January mortgage payment. What a dude. Thanks for all your help. Jesse, congrats on that. And man, that's awesome, bro. What a stand-up son you are. Stand-up son. Okay, so I am going to probably grab... I'm going to go wild card up in this mug. I gotta hit the Puka in order to have something here. Jesse, thanks a lot again, pal. Nice work. he respond? Says apply to grad school. Oh, he didn't say anything about. Yeah, definitely milk it for all it's worth. What are you gonna try and do in grad school? Can I give you some advice, bro? Thank you, Golf. Appreciate you. Golf, did you see my house? What I know you like projects and stuff. Look at that. I'm brick dyeing, brick tinting the abode. Okay, on the clock. Go Mike Evans. It's got Evans and Puka. I got Kelsey and JJ. I got Mahomie. I'm liking this team. This is feeling kind of good. Anytime TDs. Yeah, I mean, essentially you're doing the 0.5 higher, lower. You just hit the 0.5 higher, and that's an anytime TD. Yeah, definitely use the code Smitty, bro. Use this link right here when you sign up, and they'll match your first deposit 50% all the way up to $1,000. Hit that link right there, my boy. Do it live. Okay. I was really staged. Man, Ray G, you sniper. Took my boy. Okay. I got no RB. JJ, Travis Kelsey. You know who's kind of underrated right here for wild card? I'm gonna go. He's crapped the bed. He's failed us all. He has failed us all. But Joe Mixon could be a steal. Could be. He could be. He could be on a tear. I don't think he's dropped off. I think it's been the usage and offense. You know? I'm not saying it's going to be, and part of me wanted to go Nico there, but I had to go RB. I didn't want the RBs to dwindle because there's literally nothing left. And I think Mixon's interesting. I think it's a very interesting play for the playoffs. I mean, in the wild card. Advice on grad school? Yeah, get a job. First of all, this advice applies to your bachelor degree too, but get a job that no one else can get your job unless they have your degree. It's the most simple advice you could give somebody going to school, but for some reason people, they get really hung up on like, oh, but you know, this sounds cool and I really like learning about, like, doesn't matter. I'm not saying don't pick something you don't enjoy or you won't finish, but if let me see here. But if you don't pick something that stands out and is required in order to get the job that you're seeking when you graduate, you're wasting your money unless you just enjoy school and you want to, like, you need to get a job. Like, let me give you a perfect example. I don't care if teachers don't make a lot of money or whatever. Listen to the point of it all. Teachers, nobody can teach high school, college, whatever, if they don't have a teaching degree. You can go back and do a post-bac, you know, and add that onto a bachelor degree or whatever. But point is, you can't walk into a school and go, hey, I got a business degree, I want to teach here. You have to have a teaching degree. An engineer, you can't be an engineer unless you have an engineer degree. You can't do, you can't be a Spanish teacher or whatever if you don't have a ability to speak fluent Spanish or have a Spanish speaking degree of some sort. Like, this is what the heart and soul of school should be about. Let's go. I got Puka. I'll take Cup. So make sure if you just get a degree in some sort of vague business and your bachelor's degree, it's a waste. Sorry to tell you, it's a complete waste. I got a psychology degree, waste. I enjoyed it. I picked it because I liked it, but unless you go to grad school for psychology, it's garbage. It only gets you somewhere if you get into a position where all things are equal and the person that you're going up against doesn't have a degree and then you have a degree. Then maybe, yeah, you do get a little bit of an advantage. But general business degrees or any business degree, just communications, business, it gets you nowhere. Nowhere. You're better off getting a teaching degree so you can go teach school and no one can take your job unless they have a teaching degree. Engineering, industrial designing, you're designing whatever. Business, garbage. Communications, garbage. All of it's garbage. Psych degree gets you nothing unless you go to get your master's in psychology, which you could do. And same thing with masters. Get something in analytics where no one's going to be able to go get a job reading analytics as it relates to business or something that doesn't have that degree. That's the bottom line. And if anybody says, yeah, but then that's just you being, you just want to learn something, which is fine, but it's not going to get you anywhere. You're going to waste your money. I wonder if I kind of want to take multiple quarterbacks here. I've got Love and Herbert kind of really push me through. My first Spanish teacher was Chinese and didn't speak English fluently, says Aaron. My buddy got a psych degree and it got him nothing. That's correct. Make friends with a guy's dad who's a CEO. Okay. It's not horrible advice to network, but don't go getting a business degree and you're relying on being friends with a guy that's dad is a CEO. I think that's probably bad advice at the end of the day. The overall advice you're giving is kind of wild, but yeah. Okay. On the clock, and even though our beat bad, I guess we're going with P. Ryan. Is what it is. Not loving that pick, but that's my championship running back. So my team at the end of the day, Mahomes, P. Ryan in the Super Bowl. That's two guys. Kelsey in the Super Bowl. And then on the other side of the fence, though, I have an opportunity for Mixon. Probably not going to work out. I have an opportunity for JJ, opportunity for Puka and Cup and Evans. So interesting squad for sure. Do I think it'll win? The RBs, I got kind of screwed out of RB. If I would have got Hunt or Pacheco and didn't get sniped, I would have been a lot better off probably. But the projection's okay. Let's take a look at Rich. Rich at a 550. Hurts, Aaron Jones, Kareem Hunt, AJB, Flowers, Cooper, Nico. Nice. Nico is what did this team solid.
Get buckied. 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 Get buckied. Oh, Bucky. Buckied.
Yeah.
Buckied. Get buckied.
God, it's going crazy. See you all later. Appreciate you. Make sure if you aren't subscribed to the Dynasty channel, I will do a Dynasty show tomorrow. Mark my words. Mark my words. here is the lineup of what I got going on. Make sure you get on over to the Dynasty channel. The Dynasty channel, let me drop the link right now. I wanted to do one tonight, but I gotta go watch Squid Games. Just being honest. You know when the guy holds up the thing, it says, need money, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm just gonna get a beer. That's kind of like me right now. Like, I could say I got a lot of back end the fantasy football show stuff to do, and I do. But the truth is, when I leave the live stream, I'm just gonna go binge Squid Games. And tomorrow I will make up for it by doing a regular show, a Dynasty show, and then a graveyard show. 3 shows tomorrow. 3 shows tomorrow. Off to Squid Games. I'm sorry about it. Make sure you subscribe to the Dynasty channel. I'll drop the link in the live chat. Squid Games 2. It's great so far. If you haven't watched Squid Games 1, make sure you watch it. Not the Beast, Mr. Beast one, like the actual show. TV show. Doses.
Hi, my name is B. John Robinson. I like long walks on the beach. And, well, I also like scoring.
I will redo this if Higgins does stay in Cincinnati. I just don't want to redo it yet. Because if he leaves and I redo it for nothing. This is me manually. I'm just manually moving this around. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
The stack above all stacks. It's time to drop the pancake emojis in the live chat.
But the continuum of the gigawatt component structure of Jahmyr Gibbs' workload divide has a megawatt offload that if you compartmentalize the component conjunction timekeeper and you flux capacitor out the continuum component megabolt, things just end up happening. And that's why Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 5 to 10 running back instead of top 6 to 10.
Your Bijan card has been revoked.
Thank you, Jesse, again for the $10 hauler, and what a guy, paying his mom's mortgage. Amazing guy. Thanks to my mods, if I've got any mods still out there. Blackbeard, Sick Nasty, Vampy, Space Ricky, Travis Rowe, Terry Roberts, The Bolt. Oh God, have I remembered everyone's name? Kenny Powers. I think I got all the mods. If I missed a mod and I missed your name, please yell at me. Aaron's watching, trying to watch, kept getting interrupted. Oh, Squid Games, yeah, it's so good. Alright, see you all tomorrow.